Some weird noises. I come on and there's weird noises. Something fell over there. I don't know what. But what the hell? Let's go Rangers. Wow. 7 in a row. If you're not taking this team for real, you should be. Now, just like anything else, they're giving up way too many shots on goal. Igor has been playing like an alien. Like an alien. It's not human what this guy's doing in goal. But they're just... When it's 5-on-5, the Canes are probably playing equal or better than the Rangers. 5-on-5. The Canes are doing horrible with the power play and the PK. The penalty killing is killing them. Shorties being scored. Shorties. This Ranger team is dangerous with the speed. You cannot, and their defense, I mean, they haven't scored a power play goal yet, I don't think, Carolina. And you can't count pulling the goalie. That doesn't count. But my God, I would love a sweep tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you, the Rangers are hyped up. And I got a couple of videos to show that. They're hyped. They can taste this now. Getting that game 3 is so important. Because you could even lose tomorrow, come back up 3-1 at home. So I'll even take that. But yeah, this has been actually surprising to see that it's 3-0. I thought it was going to go 6-7. Carolinas were favored not only to beat the Rangers, but to win the Stanley Cup. They were the favorites by many going in, that they were going to be the champions. Don't take my word for it, just look. And the Rangers are just playing harder, they're grinding, and they're playing as a unit. And it's not like you're depending on one guy. The whole team is contributing. Everyone. That tells you they have a well-rounded, balanced team. Whether it's special teams, the lines, the goalie. What is this? Hello? Speaking. How are you? Yes. No. No. I feel fine. It was just a slight whiplash. I'm not going to make a claim that is not necessary. You know what I mean? Okay. You got it. Also, do I contact the person that was in charge of the claim to find out if I'm going to be reimbursed for the deductible and the overrun on the rental? Right. I do have it. You don't have to do it now. I have his contact. Yeah, send him a message. All right. Well, listen, thank you for calling. And you as well. Have a great weekend. Bye bye. They were calling to see if I had any medical issues from the car accident. So that's what that was about. Anyway, what's up, Andy? getting back to this, I found a few clips off of X, and I'm gonna pause it, and I'm gonna put it on the screen to share. I thought this was pretty cool to see this. Let me put this over here. Share screen. So this is Blake Wheeler, who's injured, and he's like a little kid after the Rangers had just won the game, and he's slamming on the glass. I gotta make this the right size. There we go. This team is a team. So he's banging on the glass. They're all celebrating. He wants to feel part of it. But then he does this. So just listen to the Rangers players as they're coming in to the locker, and they sound like little kids. It's a kid's game. Baseball, all these sports, we grow up with them. We're just big kids. And so are they. You don't think they're feeling the moment and they're enjoying it? Hell yes, like a bunch of kids. Grown up kids. Watch, listen to them. Are you kidding? Even the coach. They're all, I mean, they can put a public face and be like all calm and collected in front of the cameras, but you don't think they're all feeling that? Of course you are. How can you not? You just beat them at home in overtime to take a 3-0 or 3-0 lead in the series. That's amazing. Of course they're going to be hyped up. Now, they were winning that game 2-1. They were down 1-0, but then they came back to take the lead until Carolina scored with like 1:37 seconds left. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. We're going to lose this game. And I was working a show, the UAP show. So I had, my boss was texting me, keeping me updated with the game. Now, I could peek at the screen once in a while, but I'm not watching it. And then he said, Bill, overtime, tied at 2. I said, oh my God. So that was about 10 o'clock. About 10:05. So I'm setting the station up for Clyde. I go to the bathroom, because I sit in this chair all fucking night. And I come back, and the game's over. And I'm like, they had the Stars Avs game on. And I'm like, what happened? Did we lose? So now I'm rewinding. And I see Panarin do a leg kick. And I'm like, we won! We had to have won! And then I saw when we won the game. And I was like, yes. Awesome. So, I hope the Rangers sweep. This way they can get a good rest. A good rest before they play the Panthers. And I'll continue to say the Panthers until the Bruins prove me wrong. I honestly think that first game was a fluke that the Bruins won. I expect the Bruins to lose tomorrow or tonight. I think Florida's going to go in there and pound them. I said that they would do that for the second game. It was 6-1. It was a blowout. the Panthers have a well balanced team. Yeah. The Bruins have a few star players like Marchand and some others, but like any other team, you just can't have a few studs. You have to have a complete team. Don't get me wrong, the Bruins are an excellent team, but I think the Panthers are better. And we would probably have to play the Panthers, not getting too ahead of myself. But it looks like I'm saying it. It's going to be Rangers Panthers. I don't think the Bruins are going to win this series. Out west, I still will stick to my guns. Abs and Canucks. See what happens. But I still think it's going to be Abs Canucks. We'll see if I'm wrong. And I've picked those. So far, since the beginning of the playoffs, I've been batting 1,000. Let's see if that continues. But the Rangers, 7 playoff wins in a row. 3-0 in this series. It's cray-cray. I mean, if we win tomorrow, I'm going to look at the schedule. If we win tomorrow, which is game 4, obviously, the other teams are still in the middle of their series. Rangers is just going to sit back and rest. So tomorrow the Rangers play at 7. Tonight you have Florida against Boston in Boston at 7:30 Eastern. Then Edmonton and Vancouver, and the Canucks are at home. That starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's only game 2. And of course the Panthers-Bruins game is game 3. The Stars and the Avs, they play tomorrow night. That's their game 3. So we could be clinching tomorrow with other teams either have played their game 3 or are about to play their game 3. And we're already rested and we're ready. I hope the other series go game 6, 7. Let them grind. Wear them out while the Rangers rest and regroup. That's what I want to see. But I really am getting greedy. Starliner attacked by a week. Oh, so Starliner is not going up for another week. Daryl just told me. Roger. I'm waiting for a show to send me info for tonight. Otherwise, I'll be on for a little bit. Anyway, so that's what I'm hoping for. I'm getting greedy. I hope the Rangers can win tomorrow night. Otherwise, they're going to play Monday at home. I don't want to stretch the series out. Win it tomorrow. Get them. They're desperate. The pressure's obviously on the Canes. And they're going to come out hard. They don't have a choice. They got to stop giving up penalties. Because the Rangers are killing them on special teams. Killing them. This series is pretty much being determined by the special teams. And the Rangers are killing them. Whether it's on defense or offense. PKs or on the power play. They're just destroying the Canes. And the Canes were a great team all season in both areas. So that has been the swing in this series. But Rangers got to stop giving up penalties themselves. Too many. Too many. Carolina's not going to not score. It's just a matter of time. And You cannot give up 20 plus goals on your goaltender than you're doing to theirs. That's not a recipe for success. So the Rangers have been actually lucky in this series. Lucky. I mean, wow. It could easily be 3-0 Canes right now. Easily. It could easily have swung the other way. And Rob Brindamore, I can't remember the coach's name from the Canes. He's right when he says, he's not wrong what he says in the post-game conference. He's right. They're playing hard. They're playing excellent 5-on-5. It's the other area. He's on it. He's not lying. He's brutally honest. So, and it's great to have Philippe back in the lineup. Oh my God! Now the team is almost completely back to, and I'm just a little worried that we might have a crazy injury. You always got to worry about that when they're playing in the playoffs this hard. Freak injuries. That has me scared because right now the Rangers are playing on fire, and all of them are contributing. And finally, Lafreniere is coming alive and having the season that people have been waiting for. The first overall draft pick. I mean, and he's still young. He's like 21. I will say this. The Rangers better, I think Vincent Trocheck is a free agent. I think he loves being a Ranger. They better re-sign his ass. That's all I got to say. They better re-sign Trocheck. He's in the middle of everything. Not only that, he's got a mouth. Last night after the game was over, he said something to his former teammate's face, taunting him. I was like, oh, shit. He's got a pair on him. It is a very physical contact sport. And it's a grind. And there's a lot of adrenaline, especially if you just won. There's a lot of cockiness going on. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. But you still have to win one more. Don't get over. But it's the heat of the moment. I get it. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Carolina can easily win 3 games in a row, even 4. Because it's been that close. There's no blowouts like what's going on out with the Boston series 6-1 the other night. They lose. That's a blowout. They changed goalies. These have been highly... Now, I want to see who's in goal for Carolina tomorrow. Is it going to be Anderson? I think they're going to have Anderson back in goal. Now, Anderson is vulnerable. Once he's a big guy. But once he loses his feet, you can tear him up. Igor has problems with high shots. He's great with the stick and the glove and the pad. He has problems up here. And he's a smaller guy. That's his vulnerability. Get him high. You will get him. Don't go low. You're not going to... Unless it's a freaky play where he's totally off balanced and they take him advantage from the other side. That's hockey. But tomorrow's going to be a hell of a game. You will not see me stream. I'm on that TV glued. Plus, I got to do shows tomorrow night, but like last night and tonight. But what a game. What a game. Yeah, there's been a lot of OTs. A lot of OTs. But that is great for the game. It's great for the fans. Maybe not for the heart. I didn't even know what was going on last night. I was working. I'm getting messages to keep me, because I'm freaking out. And then I go to the bathroom, I come back, the Rangers won. In overtime, it happened that fast, like in the first 3 minutes. So I had to rewind. I didn't even know who won. Nobody was messaging me. He wasn't paying attention. The person that was keeping in touch with me on messages. And I come back and I rewind and I saw Panarin put his foot up high in the air. I said, they won. And the game was over. They had already switched to the Stars Avs game. So I knew something happened. Oh shit, here we go. The show just came in. That's the one I've been waiting for. But again, what a game. Not a great game for the Canes fans, obviously. But as a Rangers fan, oh my God, it's amazing. A lot of overtime, though. A lot. That's how close these teams are. Now, obviously, the Rangers have the better goalie. Igor is unbelievable. I say that and I don't want to jinx it. But he is playing. He's got over 100 freaking saves in this series. He's playing insanely. I wouldn't want to play against the Rangers now. They're too hot. Whether it's Boston, Panthers. Look at Carolina. Carolina was favored to win the cup. And the Rangers are giving them a lesson in balance. Yeah, 5-on-5 is one thing. Special teams, crucial. And the Rangers were a great special teams and power PK team as well, both on the power play and the penalty killing. Rangers were excellent this year. They didn't win the President's Trophy for nothing. They were the best team in the NHL. Okay, let me... So... And I was always waiting for that letdown. And they did. The Rangers had a couple of lapses where Igor wasn't playing well. They lost a few games. But it only happened a couple of times in the whole season. And you're always waiting for that. When is this team gonna come back down to earth? When is it? But they proved me wrong. They really did. Oh shit, what is this? It was a great episode. Who's he got on tonight? Do you know how much I hate Outlook? Outlook is like a pain for so many reasons. I don't understand what they did. It's hard. It's even hard to copy and paste on the desktop from Outlook. Who's his guest? This week, we will be honored to have two distinguished cold case detectives from the East Palo Alto Police Department, Sergeant Joseph Klein and Sergeant Jason Pearden, are standouts and have definitely made an impact. In 2022, this duo achieved a 100% clearance rate, along with 100% of shooting incidents being cleared by arrest. In 2023, the city received international attention for having 0 homicides in a calendar year for the first time since the city's inception in 1983. All right, so that's his guess. I'm just going to copy that. First of all, I got to paste that in here. The bishop's going to be talking about two of the big exorcism cases. Both were made into movies. The Emily Rose, the exorcism of Emily Rose, which was actually a German young woman in 1973, I believe, and her real name was Anneliese Michel. And everybody sees The Exorcist, Reagan. No, it was a boy. I think he was 14, and his real name was, well, they figured out his name was different after, but he was known as Roland Doe at the time, but I know they came out with his real name, and that was what inspired the movie The Exorcist. Roland Doe's case, and that happened in the late 40s in the United States. So that's what he's going to be talking about tonight. Last night's UAP show was really good. Mark and Darcy Weir having difference of opinion, let's say, and it was kind of hard for Chris and Don Ecker to sit back and watch this go on. I get it, but I'm gonna tell you, if I'm in the audience and I'm watching, I'm loving the debate. And sometimes, that's the way the shows are from week to week. There's different people speaking at different times, or longer or shorter, but that's okay. And last night was really good. So I hope the guys understand that. It's just the way it is. But because I mean, Mark is Mr. Science, and this field, ufology, whatever, I don't really like UAP. I don't like it. It needs the science aspect of it. It really needs the science. And Mark is one of the proponents of doing that. And I love it. And again, we can agree to disagree, but Mark is not the only person out there that does video photo analysis. He's not the only one. There's a lot of people out there. And even then, there's going to be a difference of opinion. But like Mark says, I respect their opinion. It's not mine. I have my own, but I respect their opinion. And that's just the way it is. And Mark said it last night. I'm not saying I'm right. This is just my analysis, and this is my conclusions. Everybody has their own, and he's totally right. Mark is very grounded. He's an intellect. He's an intelligent individual. He knows. He's balanced. He's grounded. And I have the utmost respect for that, for him. All right, I got to pay attention to what I'm doing, because I'm going to make a stupid mistake setting up this show for tonight, because it's got to be set up on 3 different platforms, which I won't see chat now. And Rumble changed their freaking format, and I don't like it. Yeah, they made it kind of easier, but I got to get used to it. I don't really like it. But that's because it's new. Because we can set up on the station 3 different shows at any given time. But 3 is the max. You have to pay more. But Rumble was incredible doing this for the network. Because a lot of people, they can set up one, like me. I can set up 1 stream at a time. I can do 3 for KGRA, which is what I'm doing right now. So, because they know that we're a big network. But still, they did it for us. So, Rumble, if you're paying attention, I want to thank you on behalf of the station. And also, I can't remember, he was in my chat once. Chris, the CEO for Rumble, he's doing amazing stuff for Rumble. And Rumble's, they're still growing, they're still adapting and modifying and upgrading and updating their systems. They're not, it takes time to catch up. All right, let me get rid of this down here. Let's get rid of this. I'm still setting up. It's insane. Because I got to do it in 3 different places. And it can get a little confusing. I've done 1, but not really done. I'm working on 2. I still got to do 3. So in Rumble, the category is news and The subcategory is law and order for the show that I'm doing right now. Okay. All right, let me do something quick. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing, Ma? What the hell was that? What the hell is going on? Mom's flipping over there. I know. There's plenty to do. Yes, there is. Cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Ma, you got to do the big room, the coffin.
What do I have to do?
You got to clean off that bed. You got to sweep up. Just clean that room.
No, you do the vacuum cleaner there.
All right, but get as much off the floor as possible.
Oh my God. Forget it, Billy.
The vacuum can't pick up like little pieces of paper that Tycho tears up. Forget it, Mom. That means you're not that bored. And if there's any laundry, put it in the washing machine because I got mine in the dryer right now. What show am I doing? Into the Fire. So don't say you're bored. 'Cause there's plenty to do. People will be here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Did you put the curtain, the new curtain? No. Did you do this? Did you like that? I don't want to do that.
Oh my God, let's not prolong this conversation right now. Bad move. Leave it alone. Is there any coffee? Huh? Momzilla. Mom. She's ignoring me now. Ma! Definitely ignoring me. Alexa, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Oh, she heard it. Please make some coffee and a bagel with cream cheese and jelly for me. Please, because I'm still working now. I'm live. What? I don't know what you're saying. What? I have to see what you're talking about. I have not had liquor in months and months. Beer, yes. Liquor, months. Many months, actually. I can't remember the last time I tasted tequila. Maybe New Year's. Maybe New Year's Eve. Last time I had tequila. Not even a joke. Seriously. Cállate tú. I know I ate that chicken already for lunch. I lost 5 pounds in 2 weeks. What the hell was I gonna do? I'm getting distracted. Not a good thing. So now they have the panel off to the left. If you're setting up a stream, yeah, you can copy. I don't even want to get into the details, but the live stream URL and key are right there. But for what I do on the station, there's a way to add the destination where you don't have to keep reloading it that way. So I have to go to channels, my channels, manage, hit the little plus sign. I don't have to put the key and the URL on StreamYard. I have a way that, of course, I'm good at figuring things out like that, that I don't have to do that. it has a destination of Rumble embedded in StreamYard, always. And that is badass. You just gotta know what you're doing. A lot of people don't know what they're doing. I would show them, but I can't because I can't share the screen for what I do. Station related. What show am I doing? This one. Apply. Today at 8. Customize. And since there's 3 streams on Rumble, we're gonna pick the right one. And it would be this one. So I could maybe, because it's a StreamYard thing. Oh shit, I didn't add this destination. Wrong. I almost did bad. Rumble's been added. And StreamYard, thank God. Now, there has to be better coordination between StreamYard and Rumble to actually have it where the host can see the chat coming in, but when they type, because Amanda told me immediately, they cannot see the response in Rumble. So that Rumble and StreamYard still have to work on that. But that's their end. Okay, so okay, that's added. All right, I gotta put this down because nobody can see this. First, I gotta do a few things. Okay, make me coffee. She went outside. Organize. Okay, so this goes here. Good. Save. Live streaming. And hit this one. And now I gotta send him the link. I could have forgot that. Okay, 5 streams ready to go tonight. Put that down. So I'll just show this quick for those rumblers or people that want to learn something. There's a lot of destinations on KGRA, so it's sick. And I don't really like doing this. Good, let it rain. So for Rumble, there is a permanent Rumble link in StreamYard. But there's a way where you can pick the one you create, like the title here. It can give you the option, which I already did it. See, I can pick the 3 of them that have been scheduled. And the one that's going with this show is this one. So I click it. It is so cool. I don't have to add manually the URL or the stream key. It automatically does it the way I know how to do it. It's freaking amazing. But I'm not giving away my secrets. Shit ain't happening. It's just not happening. But it's a cool feature. Uh-oh. You're not gonna believe what I just did. Trying to show you all that. Fucked up the setting up of the stream. Can you believe it? Trying to show you that. Now I gotta do the whole stream over. Dumbass. Which means I gotta open Rumble again. No, I don't. Oh my god, now I gotta do this all over. I mean, it ain't that bad, but... What the hell are you singing Christmas songs? I think you're losing the brain. Can you make me coffee?
Well, right now, I gotta sweep this here, then after I do this, then I'll give you.
All right, make me coffee. Please. Police. Okay, at least we're in the same folder. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Because I closed it out because I didn't want you guys to see anything else. And it closed the whole damn setup. It used to not do that. That's something new. In a bad way. Okay. I still have to send them the email. Now I gotta do Rumble again. I don't know what she's saying. Select the stream. Okay, now we're gonna set it up. We're not making that mistake again. And then I gotta email him the link. I wanna play this game, but I got caught up with trabajo. Work. All right, it's set up. Let's go in. What's up, Lewis? Oh, 91. Okay, enter into the fire. Invite. Okay. Let's put this down. Wow, it's 3 o'clock already? 4 would make me nervous. Because I gotta work soon. Reply all. Here is the link for tonight. Send link to Ronnie and guests. Like you don't already know that. Have shit. What did I just do? Have a great show and weekend. Sending. Okay. I don't have to worry about mail now. We are clear. We're ready for tonight. Anyway. Weary quiet. Andy is hunting rabbits. Well, now Kevin will come in. There's a rabbit for him. Oh, what's all this emails now? Oh my god. Yeah, so that Rangers game, amazing. Amazing. Alright, we have to bring this over here. Minimize that. And do this. It is chilly here. It's like in the 50s. And it's just nasty out. And yesterday I took a big job on clearing out part of the property. Ugh. Mom, you still got to clean that driveway out a little bit. The driveway still has plants and stuff, like leaves. Oh, no, it's not. I was out there this morning. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So there it is. Nice. Everything redone. Looks beautiful. Well, the house, the property looks good, but see all the weeds I cut? That has to be all raked out. That's what I'm talking about. But it's raining. I get it. I get it. Can't be done. Not today. Tomorrow's another day. And then, I don't know if the other thing is going to pick it up. The work I did yesterday, because it's far. The shed is too far, but I'm going to try it. The driveway one, I don't think we'll show it. We'll find out. But I am pretty much done with a lot of projects in this house. Did it all. The house has been remodeled. Outside. I'm freeing up stuff because this thing is just a glom for memory and CPU. This app thing, it's horrible. If you see my camera jumping, it's because of this. Wow, it's really eating me up. Okay, let's try the shed angle. I don't know if this is gonna work. Huh? It's trying to load. This is the shed camera. I don't know if it's gonna load. Oh shit. Oh, there you can tell. You can see it. So, there was an area with growth toward the front of the property side over here. I had to clean this whole area out. Right here. All this I had to clear out. It was full grown in. I had to chop it all up. I did all the hedges trimming. But this was a pain in the weeds, growth, nasty. But I cleared it out. Now next year, or maybe in the fall, I'm going to rake it all out, dig everything out, and put grass seed. I can't do that now. Too late. It's too late to do it now. Plus, I can't maintain it because you have to put straw down. You got to keep watering it if it's not raining. That's the front of the house. The front of the house. Oh shit. Let me get the ring back. Please make the coffee. Please. I'm a bagel, cream cheese jelly. No, because you stay on the phone. No. Then I won't get it for another hour. But there was a time when I first moved here 18 years ago. The front of that house had no grass at all. Zero. None. I put that grass in. I made that lawn. That was like gravel, dirt, disgusting. I put that grass seed in and it was a lot of work. Because I had to rake out all that gravel. I had to lay down topsoil a few inches and then throw the seed with the straw. And let me tell you, that was a battle. But I did it. Just like that walkway. I built that walkway with the cobblestone pattern on the floor. I built this. I redid this with mortar on the garage. I did this roof with the shingles. I built this deck. I rebuilt this house myself. I just finished rebuilding my deck. The tiles. All built. No one helped me. Zero helped me. I did it by myself. So, I know what it's like to lay down grass seed. And this is not the time for me to do it because too much shit is going on. With events, people coming over. I have to go out to places. It's going to be very busy for me. Matter of fact, I was invited to go to St. Augustine, Florida, end of June. I can't do it. I got a big 4th of July party over there. I was invited to go somewhere else. I can't do it. I got Pine Bush the same weekend as Contact in the Desert. I can't go. I got Pine Bush same weekend. He's got to change that. A lot of things that I'm turning down because I'm just so busy. Paranormal investigations. I turned them down. I can't get away from work. This isn't like me tagging along as a fan and being part of meeting people kind of a thing. This is me being involved directly with teams and people. It's different. It's an obligation, it's a dedication, it's a responsibility, and it's a professionalism that you have to take seriously. You just don't go to it's like a work vacation in a way because you're somewhere else and you're having a great time with everybody, but you're still there for work. Like Roswell. I had a great time, but it was work. Twice last year. And this is the Roswell shirt. So, that's the way I look at it. Anyway, enough of me babbling. I am actually going to try to play this game, finally, and suffer. Matter of fact, are there any good games out? I haven't checked in a while. Not that I have a ton of space because it's a disaster with all these games I own. And I have to still finish so many. But I like to see if there's anything good. That's not the way to go. That just puts everything. Top paid. This is the way to go. I don't know if I want to get the new Star Wars game coming out. See, like a lot of this I already own. Top paid games. I gotta finish this one. Wow, look how they dropped the price. Oh, that's the first one. I don't have the first one. What is this? An intense round-based zombie horror shooter. What's this? Let me take my camera off. Oh, it's in England. The hell is this? It looks like a Dark Pictures game, which I do not like.
So much to do. You cannot let it end this way. There is no time to delay. She must be stopped. Mother has sent what she calls the...
Oh, tell me this is a dark... It just says Rails Interactive. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. So there's nothing here, top paid games, that has my attention. Not that I already own it. is this? This must be an old game. What is that? Oh, that's fucking brutal. Ugh. That's brutal. It had to be an Xbox X game or 360. It's brutal looking. See, there's nothing here. Yeah, that's what they're doing. See, 360. So no, there's nothing out. Let's see what's coming soon. Oh, hell no. What the hell is that? Survive on Raft. What is this? Hellblade. Okay, I know Hellblade. I have it. What is this? There's no trailer. It looks pretty bad. For 15 bucks? Yeah, that looks pretty bad. I don't even see the shark. What is this? Wizardry. This doesn't have a fucking trailer either. Hell no. That looks bad. I hate F1 vehicles. I love racing, but I don't like them. I have Elden Ring. Wow, there's not much. This is the one. Look what they want. Oh my God. How much do they want? That's insane money. Insane.
Each of you represents some of the most powerful criminal organizations in the galaxy. Pikes, Crimson Dawn, Huts. It's a golden age for the underworld. The Empire controls every corner of the galaxy, but they're distracted by a rebellion that won't quit. It's an opportunity to make millions.
Kay Vess, the underworld's favorite new scoundrel. We meet at last.
What do you want?
Zarek Besh. They're new, rich, and lethal. You crossed their boss Sliro, and now he wants you gone. Rob his fortune and buy your freedom.
This job, it's a death wish. I'm in.
Out here, you live and die by your reputation. You want to survive? Know the players.
You're new to this world.
What's your problem?
Come back when you're not.
Jabba, right? Look, don't try anything. I got a whole crew surrounding the... Okay, we're skipping that part.
For about as long as I can remember, it's just been me and Nix. Doing what we have to survive. This job is my one shot at freedom. But if we're gonna pull this off, we need the right crew. And the right ship. Yes! Hang on.
I hire you because you are one of the best hunters in the Outer Rim.
She's more connected than you let on, Sliro. Bess is mixed up in something bigger.
The Outer Rim is a dangerous place. Everyone is fighting for their piece of the galaxy. But all I want is to live free. So I'm gonna risk it all. Hold on, Nick!
See, but that doesn't tell me much about the actual gameplay, which is critical. Because that's all cutscenes. When you play the actual game, what does it look like? Now, they usually make the Star Wars games really good. So, when is it released? In August. Might be. But what's the difference between that version? What's the difference? Let me go back. What do they offer that's different for all that money? Because it's insane money. Outlaw Season Pass. Okay, so that's for a multiplayer. Pre-order bonus. Okay. Character pack. Those have character packs. Ultimate pack. Pre-owned digital art book. Ultimate pack. I wonder what that ultimate pack is. But that's crazy money. I mean, really? And there's no rush to order it right now. It's not coming out for months. June, July, August, 3 months. So that's the problem. There's not really many games that I like. I'm very fucking picky. But if I looked at my games, which is like in the 200s, 221, these games, a lot of them I've never even finished. It's like the racing games, definitely. I never finished Cyberpunk. I never finished this one. A lot of them. My God, a lot of them. Elden Ring. The Far Cry, some of them I haven't done. Racing for sure. Like this one, Grey Hill Incident, which has to do with aliens. Racing. I gotta redo Hogwarts because I don't even remember what the hell it was about. The Immortals, no. A lot of them. A lot of these games I have not completed. Except the racing. Wingman was disappointing. So yeah, it's a mess. And that's not showing the full library. What was the one? Dogma. That's the one I gotta finish, but I don't want to start it now because I'm at a very difficult part in the game. Where is it? Dragon Dogma. That one. This is hard. I'm almost done beating that game, but now is not the time. What's up, Thunderfeet? Campaign. Continue. I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mr. DePerno, I know that Decker probably called. I know that Decker probably called you. I am live, so you know, but I'm sure he told you what I said.
Valid military force. Or at least that's what
Or
the
am I
rumors
assuming
are saying.
too much?
But that's bullshit. The only reason you're here is to atone for
Okay.
your
But that's
crimes
not,
by
remember, I'm
carrying
live,
out
they,
missions.
people can hear me. So,
Well, you sit on your ass and get medals.
okay,
Yeah,
but did he
solitary.
tell you that you and him should
Okay,
just figure out a
on
way
the
to go
briefing.
forward for the
In
next
this
one?
mission, you're going into Erusian territory.
Now,
We
an
know
article
the
came
Erusian
out today. I don't know if you
Forces
saw it.
communications facility
Did
to
he
the
share you
north
that
of
link?
the Waiapolo Mountains is linked to the swarming drone.
I'm gonna send it to you right
Your
now
mission
on
is critical.
Skype.
You will destroy the facility and then weaken those
I'm gonna.
drones.
I'll tell you now. Hold
As
on.
it's
Let me grab it
important,
from
the
because I sent
enemy
it to
won't go
Don.
down without a
This
fight.
could be a
The area
good
is
focal
watched
point for
over
next
by
week's
spy
show.
satellites.
The
If
UAP
discovered,
show.
Expect AA missiles.
Hold on. Let me mute that. Decker. Okay. I'm sending it to you right now. Because I know you do homework. And this will give you a little heads up. I'm sending it to both of the Pernos because I don't know which one you're going to look at. All right. That's one. Chris DiPerno. Let me try this one. Okay, I sent it to the other DiPerno too. Do you see any of them?
I'm not up by my computer. Just
All right.
What's out, buddy?
I'll read it to you a little. So this was released yesterday morning, and it has Ross Coulthart talking to someone on News Nation, and it says here, I'm just going to read a little, okay? Has the government secretly retrieved exotic craft of non-human origin? Newly declassified documents along with extraordinary legislation illustrate how two successive Democratic Senate majority leaders appear to have believed so. Notably, Chuck Schumer and the late Harry Reid. We know all about that. We're not alone in their focus. The Democrat heavyweights received critical support and encouragement from a bipartisan group of high-profile senators over the years, including Republicans, blah, 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 there's names. And Ted Stevens, a Republican from Alaska who observed the UFO as a World War II pilot. So it goes on to like Christian Gillibrand, Marco Rubio, McCain, a whole bunch of different people. They just put a bunch of names. In late 2011, for example, the top scientist at the Department of Homeland Security met with Lieberman, who passed away recently. He was the independent from Connecticut.
Yep, you know who he is.
Okay. And at the time, he was the chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, and he met with Reid, too, to discuss the establishment of an ultra-secret UFO program. As outlined in remarkable detail in newly released documents, so there's newly released documents, the intent of the proposed program was to gain access to and inventory UFOs secretly under investigation in national laboratories. You know that's going on. You know, all the SAP programs and all the companies that are associated, government organizations and or contractors. This is why I tell people, and we know this, when Tim Burchett, the Republican in the House, was trying to dig for transparency, oversight, and he was given a complete stop, to cease and desist, even going further, looking into this. He wasn't allowed access to the SCIF, blah, 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 blah. This is why they don't want you to touch all this stuff. They don't want the public to know who's involved, what companies, what corporations, who they are, the money. Where's the money, Chris? Where's the money coming from? Where's all this crazy fucking money coming from with these black programs? And it's
The Department of Defense said they can't account for half their budget.
exactly. So it's all black budget. So, and there's no oversight. So this is why they don't want. It doesn't even have to do so much with the secrecy of the UFO stuff. It has to do with the money trail and the who knows what's going on. As far as money, I mean, that could be criminal.
Oh, absolutely, could be criminal. It could be the biggest money laundering scheme.
Yes. Yes. So it says here, from there, the program would engage in laboratory experimentation and scientific investigations to foster technology exploitation of the recovered materials. In short, Reed and Lieberman were advocating with some sense of urgency for the establishment of a formal UFO reverse engineering program. Startling as it may be, the notion that shadowy elements of the U.S. government or defense contractors secretly possess retrieved UFOs is treated as fact in the documents. These are new documents that just came out, Chris. This is why I sent you this article, because it has links to them.
Everything you said, you and I have discussed before.
A lot.
We know that.
Yep.
But there are people out there who are capitalizing on this raw information to make fabricated stories. And you got to call them out on it. Now, Darcy was a great guest last night. I think he's absolutely a genuine original.
He is, and he's very passionate about what he does.
Right. But he had made some documentaries that I wanted to question him about, because he made a documentary about the rise of the TRB, which he claims in the documentary is a reverse alien technology. And he used the TRB in the trailer for his new documentary about USOs. So I was very passionate. I wanted to ask him about, you really get in depth about, do you think the TRB is a multi-used vehicle? Does it go underwater as much as there? And if you believe that it's an alien vehicle, why haven't we made, what's the chance of us make one that's a USO?
Exactly.
It's the same technology. Propulsion system is propulsion system.
Well, check this out. I'm going to read a little bit more, because this just came out. Separate legislation sponsored by Rubio and Senate Intelligence and Arms Services Committee Gillibrand, so that was a bipartisan thing, cuts off funding for illicit UFO programs. Language accompanying the legislation outlines in remarkable detail the various elements that such a program would entail, including UFO retrieval procedures, scientific analysis, reverse engineering, and security and counterintelligence efforts. Biden signed Rubio's and Gillibrand's legislation into law in December. In January, we know about all this, Sean Kirkpatrick, the former director of the Pentagon's Analysis Office, embarked on an unusual media tour to pour cold water on the swirling allegations of secret, unreported UFO programs. But Kirkpatrick's public commentary appears to have had little effect on Capitol Hill. In March, Rounds, who's a Republican, indicated twice that the extraordinary Schumer-led legislation alleging the existence of unreported UFO programs would be reintroduced this year. So they're going to try again. Asked on May 2nd whether a 63-page Pentagon report categorically denying the existence of illicit UFO efforts is case closed, Gillibrand stated, it's definitely not case closed. Gillibrand noted that two knowledgeable individuals with whom she has met refused to meet with Kirkpatrick or his office. Arrow does not have much clout. You know that. Arrow's a front.
So
we know this.
Right.
We've had this discussion many times. The public can go with whatever they want. Gillibrand, these whistleblowers' hesitations may be well-founded. In recent months, the Pentagon's UFO office has lost much of its credibility following a series of flawed and deeply misleading reports. And remember, this all has clickable links to take you to all these reports and documents, okay? The one I sent you. Crucially, another set of newly released documents indicates that high-level current and former officials with apparent knowledge of illicit UFO programs refused to meet with Kirkpatrick. So none of the people that were involved in this, whether they're current or former, even met with Kirkpatrick at Arrow. So they're not going to meet with him. Anyway, as the documents reveal, Kirkpatrick was taken by surprise by Rubio's comments. A Senate Intelligence Committee staffer subsequently informed Kirkpatrick that the senior officials described by Rubio were among those who refused to speak to his office. Chris Mellon, Department of Defense former top civilian intelligence official, notes many UFO whistleblowers do not trust the Pentagon process, preferring to speak to Congress and the intelligence community's internal watchdog instead. This puts the Pentagon in a particularly awkward position. If the director of the UFO office was aware that high-level officials alleging the existence of unreported UFO programs refused to speak to him, how can he and his office credibly issue sweeping denials? So how can he completely say that, because you remember that report that came out a few weeks ago denying that there's no evidence of existence. Well, nobody that knows in the know met you. How would you know? Nobody's talking to you.
But they did it on purpose.
They did it on purpose, of course. So here's more. Moreover, in a response to the government's blanket denials regarding the possession of off-world technology, Mellon recently posted a 2020 exchange describing how a senior government official uncovered the management structure and security control systems of a UFO retrieval program. The official also claimed to have identified the gatekeeper controlling access to the Air Force secret UFO efforts. In another fascinating twist, Kirkpatrick told Mellon that the Department of Justice is in possession of Grush's whistleblower complaint alleging the existence of illegal UFO programs since it's part of a criminal investigation. Agency watchdogs like the one that received Grush's complaint typically involve the Justice Department when allegations of criminal activity are substantiated. Does this imply that the UFO-related criminal charges could at some point be an offer? So there's more. You just got to read it. Because what did we just say about the criminal part of it? The money laundering. Where's the money coming from? There's no oversight. That's why Tim Burchett was going insane. He was part of the oversight committee because that hearing that he had was an oversight hearing. Because they want to know where is the money coming from for these SAP programs, unacknowledged, where it's a need-to-know basis, and we don't have to show you anything if we don't want to, kind of a thing. That's why they denied him the skiff. And Luna, and the other guy from Florida. Oh my God, I can't think of his name right now. Gates, Matt Gates. So they even went to a base and were denied. They even went to a base and were denied access to a certain thing. But you know what I know, and you know what I've told you privately, what I know about a person in Congress that has said something in private.
Oh, yeah. But the problem is they get stonewalled.
They are. They are stonewalling.
You know, Don Eckert's theory is getting more and more plausible because they don't want this to come out. And so
no.
Why don't they come out?
And like I said, it may not even have to do with the UFO, UAP itself. It's about the people connected, the contractors, these corporations, these private companies. And they don't want nobody to touch them. And they're very powerful people with a lot of influence and money. And this could get a lot of people in a lot of bad places with the money. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Marco, you could say there's no proof, but Chris and I know stuff you will never know, and we can't talk about it. That's why I say it the way I do. There's no proof because they won't give the public the proof. The proof is there. The proof is definitely there.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just a matter of the government's not going to give it to the public. The proof is there. And trust me, like I told Chris in a private conversation with a current congressman who says he's seen it for himself, and he says it's not of this world. And I'm not going to get into more details of that because the person's still in Congress. And that's some of the things I never talk about and I don't say, but in this case, I'm going to do it because Marco said there's no proof. Well, when a congressman tells you that there is evidence and there's proof, that goes a long way with me. But yeah, Chris, it's crazy. It's just crazy because they're so worried about them getting caught up in the money laundering, the racketeering, the money trail. That's what they're really worried about.
Because you got billions of dollars probably unaccounted for.
Billions.
Mm-hmm.
Easy, Chris. Billions. And it's all going to these SAPs. And they don't want nobody to know. So who knows? Like, this has been a long, drawn-out story for a while now about this. And I don't know, because there are people in Congress, both in the Senate and the House, that don't want this touched for whatever reasons. Because they may be connected to certain things, and they don't want... But it's going to be interesting to see if enough congressmen and women get behind this and try to bring this out. I don't see that happening at this point, Chris. They're trying to destroy the people from inside the people that are trying to be transparent. They're trying to destroy their credibility and hurt them politically from within. They want to get rid of them. They don't want them touching this.
Yeah, Tim Burchett is catching a lot of heat.
Exactly. He's a good example. They want a Republican to run against him, and he's a Republican to get him out.
Right.
What does that tell you? He's touching nerves that they want him to stop and stop. And they want him out because he's touching nerves that they don't want touched. And this doesn't have nothing to do with the MAGA right part wing of the House, because if that were the case, they'd be running Republicans against Getz, Green, and all the others. No, they are targeting Burchett because they see him as the ringleader of all this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's common sense. If you figure it out, it's common sense what's going on.
Yeah, thrown out of the window.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's nothing I don't disagree with you about.
But the public is never, ever, ever. They're never, ever. Anything that they have that is good is classified. The public is never going to be satisfied. They're never going to get the answer. They're never going to get the proof. Because the government's not going to release it.
That's right.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. Of course you're not going to see the proof. Because they're not going to put it out there.
Yeah, everybody said, oh, we're going to get disclosure. Arrow's going to do
No. No.
Campaign. Then they'll start another disinformation campaign.
And, Chris, it's like a whistleblower. A whistleblower could talk all kinds of shit. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? Where's the video? Where's the photos? Where's the documents? They're not going to let them put that out there.
That's right.
So people are going to be like, same old, same old. We have, there's no, the public, we don't see it. We don't see the evidence. How can we believe what you say based on what you say? Because we don't see the evidence. And I totally agree on that. We need to see the evidence, but you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it.
David Grush, right? He can't have photos and paperwork and everything because he's not cleared for it. And if he gets caught exposing that, he's going to go to federal prison. He's not supposed to have those documents to begin with.
They'll go to fucking prison for the rest of their lives.
Right.
Do you know what somebody told me privately? They were, okay, I got to be careful. Okay. My cousin was here. Remember when I went to that Latino band thing?
Yeah.
Guess where her nephew works?
Area 51?
Yep. And she asked him questions about it. And he says he's currently there. And she asked him those questions, the typical ones, aliens, all this. And he was very nervous and hesitant and says, I cannot tell you anything about that. But the way he said it and the way he acted, my cousin was like, he knows. He knows. I'm just saying, that's an example that I just experienced last weekend. Huh?
What's your
I didn't. All I know is he's there and he's got access to a lot of stuff right now. Now, I told her, because they're not going to come out while they're serving. They always come out after they're retired and then they talk because they could get in so much trouble. But people don't realize this is criminal. Oh, and they threatened this person saying, if you ever tell this, they did it, Chris. They did it. Remember about the murders and all that? They threatened his life. If he said anything, they threatened him. She told me. I could get my cousin right now on the phone. She would tell you.
I believe you. No, I believe every bit of it. Because I've been threatened. Not about UFOs, but I've been threatened about stuff that I've seen at
Officer?
American personnel and stuff.
Well, I did happen to... oh my God, I hope I have his card here somewhere. I spoke to Tony Velez. He's willing to go on another show again. The one that I got you to get him on, what was the show that you did on KJR at the very beginning?
Project Aries.
Yeah. Remember the cop?
Yeah.
I met him. I spoke to him. I even did a little interview with him outside of the theater for that concert thing that he did. And his story is still the same. He hasn't changed, altered it. He said that it was right above his vehicle. It made like a humming sound, and it was the size of 2 football fields. And it just took off while other police cars were chasing it. He stuck to his guns, Chris.
I wonder if he knows Kevin Sorvela.
He does.
I'd like to get him and Kevin on UAP Cross.
I can contact them. They won't be on for the whole 2 hours because they don't have that much content to talk. But I know I got Kevin and Tony's contact, and they are willing to do shows. So, matter of fact, let me see. I'm going to reach out. I don't know if I have Kevin's number on my phone, because I will. If I do, I'm going to add him to the call. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I can get Michael Tay back, and if we can get Tony and stuff.
Get a bunch of police officers on.
Right. Cops and UFOs.
Yes. Oh, please tell me I have his number. Fuck. It's not on my phone. Hold on. Let me message him on Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook. Stay on. Because he usually gets back to me pretty damn quick. Because he knows us. I think let me see. Because let me see what my last message to him was. He said, keep in touch. This was in November of last year. Okay. Hey. He said, keep in touch. Kevin. Hey, Kevin. The UAP show would love to focus an upcoming show with police officers and their sightings / experience. Please let me know if you are interested. Hope you are well and talk soon. Here is my phone number. Give me a call. Reach out to your people. Reach out to your people. Oh my God, it's 3:46 already?
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
All right, so I sent him a message. I don't know if I have Tony's number added, which is stupid. Now I gotta see if I can find his card. Alexa, turn on living room light. He gave me his card at the event, man. But me with my stupid... Here it is. I found it. Hold on, Chris. I'm gonna see if I can add him to the call.
Tony?
Yeah, Velez. And then you work on your police guys. I think that's a great idea. All right, stand by. I'm going to add him, okay?
Okay.
You know there's a pause.
Yeah.
Okay, keypad.
Okay.
He's not going to pick up. Come on, Tony.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Oh, shit. Mute.
To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Tony, it's Bill. I met you a couple of weeks ago at in Beacon. We're planning to do a police and UFOs UAP show. Chris DePerno's on the line. You were on his show in the past. Chris, say hello to Tony.
Hi, Tony. How are you? I hope you're well and safe.
So give me a call. And give me a call. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. I left a message with him, obviously.
Hold on. Let me call my guy.
Remember, I'm live, so tell me to mute if I have to. I just muted for some of that.
Hold on. Hold on.
I mean, how many more? These people over here won't go on the record. I've asked them before, and they won't go on the record.
Who's that?
My local police, because some of them have seen stuff, but they won't go on the record.
Oh, I know that.
I'm trying to think if I know anybody off. You know a bunch.
Yeah, I've talked to them.
I'm trying to think if I know any other officer. I know I do. I just can't think off the top of my head. Because we're just doing this right now out of nowhere. Let me see when was the last time he was on Facebook. I hope he's okay.
All right, hold on. I'm going to hang on a second.
Yeah, do your thing. I'm going to check something.
Okay.
He last time he posted was March 4th. No, March 23rd. He hasn't been on for a while. I wish I had his number. I used to have his freaking number, man. New phone, screwed up my contacts. I'll get a message from him.
8,
Yo.
4, 5, 2.
Let me mute.
Hey, Michael, it's Chris. If you get a chance, give me a call, buddy. I want to talk to you. Take care. You still there, Bill?
Yeah, I had to mute because I heard the number coming out, so I muted on the stream. So, yeah, I'll work on my end with the police officers. You work on your end, and we'll do a UAP Crossfire show with law enforcement and UFOs.
Gotcha. That would be a great show.
That will be a great show. Retired.
All right, man, I'll talk to you later.
All right, go. Call me if anything. Bye. So that's a good idea. Let's do that. Let's get some police officers on a show and talk about what they experienced. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get messages or phone calls. Uh-oh, what's going on here? I gotta call Martin. Darcy's gonna be over the house in a few weeks. We were talking behind the scenes during the show last night. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun at the house. I'm gonna call him anyway, even though I asked him. I gotta add his phone number to mine. Quick question. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Quick question.
Yeah.
Do you know any retired police officers that have claimed to have seen or reported a UFO? Think about it, because that's the show that Chris and I just spoke about, because I know, too, Kevin Soravia from the Yorktown Police Department that was on Unsolved.
Oh, yeah. I've got a guy on my show coming up on the 21st. That was the retired state police. That is all part of, but I mean, I kind of want to make a splash with it, but I mean, coming up on the 21st, that he's a state police, and he's the one, he saw the night of the, hang on just a minute, the Tom Reed family incident that nobody else saw but Tom Reed and his family. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, you just freaked me out with that.
Yeah, the Berkshires UFO the very same night. This guy was a kid, and his growing up in his marina on Long Island, and it was September 1st of 1969. This thing came right over the marina. Him and his mother watched it. He's going to be on my show with Melanie Kirchdorfer, who is a...
I know who she is. I know.
So anyway, he is a retired state police.
Okay, but he didn't see it as an officer. He saw it as a kid.
He saw it as a kid.
Yeah, I'm looking for officers that had seen it and maybe have not made a report. Most likely they didn't put it in a report. I've got...
All right, let me reach out to a retired Boston cop that used to come to my house.
All right, do that, because I'm working on 2. Chris has got a few that he knows, and then we're going to do law enforcement and UFOs show for Crossfire. But I don't know when. Because we got to set it all up with them. But I'm telling you, I'm working on 2 officers myself, and Chris is working on a few officers, which would be really cool to do.
All right, man.
Listen, you and Donna, I tell her I send my love. You guys have a great weekend, and call me if anything.
It's probably my phone.
Okay.
I'm around my car.
Okay.
I'm around my car, and my phone keeps trying to take the phone call.
It happens to my car, too. I know.
All right, man.
All right, have a great weekend, Martin.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't want to have... I want somebody that was a retired police officer. Then current, you're not going to get the currents. They're not going to do it. There's no way. A lot of them don't even put in police reports because of ridicule and all that other stuff. Psych evals, like pilots. They don't make the report because that's their livelihood. That's their jobs. All of that comes into risk if they start making reports. I'm telling you that right now. I've heard that so many times. So many times. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do to get a bunch of... And it's, again, people might say this, and I get it. Why is a police officer's word better than any of ours? Well, people look to certain things as a credibility issue. They find certain sources more credible than others. To me, I treat everybody as equal. If I talk to somebody, I want to hear what they have to say, describe it. Did it land? Is there evidence? Is there a place in the field, in your backyard? And then you send out people to do analysis of the area, like what MUFON field investigators should really be doing. And I think they do. But you got to remember, all these people that are MUFON investigators and state directors, they don't get paid. It's a voluntary basis. So now you got to see how they can coordinate getting a higher level of a MUFON team to go out and do the research at a location. See what I'm saying? So you have to have the resources to do the proper research, testing, analysis, all that stuff. Simply a person going out, and anybody can become a MUFON investigator or state director, but really, how much knowledge do they have behind them doing that? They're just ordinary people volunteering to take a position. But do they really have the expertise and the training other than reading a book, a training manual, or going to some of these field training events that MUFON has at different events? I mean, credence can you put into that as far as their knowledge? Do they have any specific degrees in this or that, or the analysis? You know what I mean? It's like they're just ordinary people volunteering in that particular area of research. You know what I mean? So that's kind of shaky to me. It's more of a reporting database collection kind of a thing. But if I get a state director, or it depends on who the state director is, because some of them have been doing it for a long time and they know their stuff. Or a field investigator, you think I'm going to take the word of theirs? They tell me, oh, this was that or this. Oh, bullshit. Oh, bullshit. You think I'm going to do that? I'm going to go to people that I know, that have the credentials and the expertise and the degrees and the knowledge that can give me, I would say, a more critical opinion, analysis, hypothesis, theory about something. I'm not just going to go, and I'm not trying to, because I'm all about supporting MUFON. But at the same time, credentials matter. I'm just saying. I mean, you're putting ordinary people in extraordinary circumstances, especially if it's an extraordinary situation. And any of us, like if I put something on the screen, any of us can reach our own conclusion on what it is. And you know what? Your opinion is as valid as any of the others, because they don't even know what the hell it is. So everybody's opinion matters. No one can say, this is the right decision. This is the right analysis. This is exactly what that is. And how did you reach that conclusion? Mom, what is it? What? I know. The Rangers won. That was last night. So it's almost like pareidolia. It's like almost looking at a cloud and seeing a shape, and everybody reaching a different conclusion of what that looks like. I mean, like last night on a show, Mark and Darcy were debating the jellyfish, and this went on for a while. Mark is, I've seen Mark's analysis and conclusion that it was a balloon celebrating a Muslim party or something. It had that. And Darcy told me, Bill, download this video and this way we could play it. And another guy that's a video analyst, guy, had broken it down using the same FLIR technology and showing you a balloon made of latex and all the other different materials balloons are made of. And he says, well, does that look like a balloon to you? Because I guess the balloon theory was like really out there a lot. And, when I saw that, I was like, And he went, I could give you guys the video. I don't know if I have the video, so I think I deleted them all, because I cleaned my computer out. But I had downloaded it. And I can't get the link because Darcy put it in the chat. I know I deleted it. I did. Of course I freaking did. It's on the show. If you go watch the show, it's in the second hour. And we played the whole thing. And it was very interesting. And Mark said, I respect his work. I respect what he does. We just reach different conclusions. And that's the way it is. You could have 10 people that have a background as an analyst come with 10 different conclusions. What does that tell you? It tells you nobody really knows what it was. Because if you had a consensus of what it was, then you might say, the majority are saying this, that means percentage-wise, the likelihood it is probably what they're saying it is. But no. That just tells me nobody really knows. And then you hear, this is the worst. And this is the worst in a lot of areas. Oh, but the whole video wasn't released. So where's the rest of the video? We heard that about the Tic Tac. There's 23 minutes of video out there. Where is it? Where's the rest of the jellyfish video? Where's the rest of any of these videos? Why can't we see those? You showed us this much. It just drives you nuts. It drives you nuts. So, I get it. Because I'm just as frustrated as everybody else. Especially to the access of information that I know that I can't talk about. It even drives me even nuttier. It's like a movie. The proof is out there. Yeah, but we don't see it. It's out there, but everything else is out there too. Until we see the evidence, you can't do nothing about it. It's like, until I see the evidence, that's the only way, and I'm the same way. Until I see the absolute evidence from my own eyes and I see it, I cannot say that this truly exists. I've heard many stories, accounts. I met so many people. I've heard so many people. I've heard the stuff that goes on behind the scenes and all this other stuff. I've yet to see, and any of us have, because if we did, it'd be all over the fucking news. It would have been a world-changing event if it was out there. Has it happened? No. That means there's nothing there. Just breaking it down logically, if it existed and we all knew about it, this would be old news and it'd be everywhere, and then we would say, oh, holy shit, it really is happening. Disclosure occurred. But it hasn't, and I don't think it will. Unless, and I don't condone it, something is leaked beyond the control and they have no way to control the narrative and it gets to the public and now all bets are off. That's, to me, like, that's the only way. And I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying it may have to be like something like that. Like a WikiLeaks kind of a situation. Where it's just put out there with no control. It's just out there. Now what? Damage control. Then they're in damage control mode to try to control what just happened. And then that's when the shit hits the fan. But that's the only scenario I see. I don't see anything with these whistleblowers, because no matter what the whistleblowers say, they're not going to reveal it to the people, to the public. It's classified. We don't want to hear that. We're tired of hearing that. It's classified. Can't talk about it. Got to go behind closed doors to talk about it. What? Listen, there's so much classified material. Why don't somebody have the guts to declassify it? One item, just one. That's it. Just one. We're not talking about declassifying all of it. Just show us one declassified, classified thing. Just one. But it has to be undeniable evidence, because then people are going to want more. And they're going to ask for more. So do you want to open up that Pandora's box? I don't know if they want to. Because people are going to say, oh, that's not good enough. Well, that's all you're going to get. Oh, well, if you had this and you waited this long to show us this, that means you must have more. So show it. So that puts them in a position. Do you think they want to open up that Pandora's box? I don't think so. So this is complicated. It's not... Do you understand? It's crazy. And I'm telling you, I gotta be careful. Someone in Congress has seen it personally and said this is not of this world. Fact. When you hear that coming from a person, you're like, holy shit. They know. I don't know if all of them know. I don't know how. It depends. They should come up with a list. Somebody should do this. It doesn't. It's not illegal. It's Freedom of Information Act, a FOIA. List every person in Congress, whether it's the House or the Senate, and list what their classification is. So we know who sits at the bottom, middle, and top. Because it's those top level ones that have access. The other ones are not. So who in Congress has the capability of accessing certain classified documents in a SCIF? I want to see that list. Because then we'll know who the players really could be. Because obviously, if you don't have the classification, you're not getting access. Even if you're a member of Congress. You're not getting that. You don't have the clearance for that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Wouldn't it be outrageous? I mean, this is a hypothetical. People may like it or dislike what I say. Can you imagine if President Trump is reelected and he hooks up with some of the members in Congress, bipartisan, that want to get this exposed and says, okay, bring them in the room. Do you know which documents that you're looking to look at? That you want them to be declassified? I'll declassify them. I'll expose them. Can you imagine a scenario like that? Again, that's a hypothetical. But could you imagine? Because even if it's not on a bipartisan level, there are a number of Republicans, especially in the House, and in the Senate too. Rubio, Rounds, there's a few that are trying to get to this. Gates, Luna, Burchett in the House. I don't know. There could be others, but those are the more prominent names. You can't get access into a SCIF to see these documents? What's the problem? Maybe I can help you out there. He has the power to declassify. Wouldn't that be something? I'm just saying, that's a hypothetical scenario. But that might be what it takes. It might be something like that. That might be what it takes to expose it. Seriously. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so, Kathy. I don't think a low-level government person... Because you got to remember, supposedly what's going on is everybody's compartmentalized in certain areas. They only know a sliver of what's going on, but they don't know what the others are doing. So they don't have the full picture. It's like they have a puzzle piece 1 of 1,000 or a 2,000 puzzle, probably even bigger than that. They only have a small need to know for what they're doing, what they're researching, what they're working on. They don't know what it connects to. They don't know what else is going on. But there are some people that do. Obviously, somebody's got to be in charge. There's got to be some overhead looking after all this stuff. But again, I think that's the only way. Because we need to see declassified is such watered down BS. X, I read that. But if it's classified, it has to be declassified. So who can do that? What branches? Executive, legislative? No, I don't know if you could take it to the Supreme Court, judicial, because I don't think that's really part of their area of what they do. But I don't know if you could take that argument of declassification of something to them. But heck, I would try everything. And I don't understand why conversations... Now, you got to remember, you got to be really careful because this is classified information and it's criminal to leak it, to put it out there unless it's been declassified. So what does that say? It means you have to find a way that you can make something that is classified, declassified, and not wait 70 years to do it. I'm just saying there are scenarios and legal scenarios. Legal. The executive has the power to declassify. And do it right. And remember, people bring things to the president all the time, Mr. President. And let's just say, hypothetical again. Now, you cannot take anything that's in a skiff out. But you can say to the President of the United States, as the executive, Mr. President, I discovered something extraordinarily of national security concern. You go into the whole thing, and I think that the American people have the right to know about it. The only problem is it's highly classified, and you are the only person that has the power to declassify it. His answer is yes, no, I need more information. We'll have a discussion on it. That's the way to do it. But you got to have that conversation. Now, it's also with a person that has the classification, that had access to it and seen it. And it's not talking to the fucking media or to other people that don't have the classification. He's going to the President of the United States who has the power. And obviously, he has the classification as president. Boy, oh boy, would that be something. I'm just saying, hypothetically. It may take something like that. Because, when we hear, these hearings, everybody in the UFO field goes nuts about what they say, what they didn't say, all this. Who cares? Who cares? You care because, I've always believed that to be true. My ego just got reinforced because I've always been saying that. It's not about you. It's about getting the truth out to the freaking public. Don't think about yourself. Think about the public. If you're really a person that's seeking the truth, you want to get this out there to the people. Not to inflate your own self-ego. Or to be like the top of the cream of the crop as far as being like the one because that's what it's about. What you want to do is get it exposed as transparent as you can to the American public. And it's going to, of course, be to the world. But that's the kind of BS that goes on. And everybody's working their different corners and angles. But if a whistleblower says something, okay, wow, that was interesting. He said there's dead bodies and craft and... Where's the evidence? Are we going to see the evidence? I hate that the Congress men and women don't ask the proper questions. I would say to them, but they don't even know. But they might. I would have asked Grush, so how can we, as congressional officials for this government, get this out to the American public if it's classified? I would like to hear what Grush has to say to something like that. Well, you have to... Do you know the procedures? How can we declassify this? Who do we have to go to? They already know the answer to that. Because the Pentagon, DOD, all the alphabets are going to go nuts. Because they don't want that out. They want that protected. It's national security. And again, it's about that money trail and the possibilities of, I'm being hypothetical again, money laundering, racketeering, Where'd the money come from? Show us your books. Open them. We want to see them. Who's involved? What corporations? What companies? What contractors? What individuals? Do you know what kind of web that weaves? And to the people involved, and powerful people. That's the problem. That's the problem. And it's just so frustrating. We could see a hearing right now with 25 whistleblowers, and they're all saying the same thing. Can you provide us with some evidence? Yes, but it's classified. We'd have to do it behind closed doors in a closed session. Do you think that any of this that is classified has the capability in a process of being declassified? Or is it all so classified that it cannot be declassified and shown to the American public? Why can't somebody ask a question like that? So that the American people could see the answer. It drives me nuts. You're not asking the right questions. If you know this is on TV and people are watching this on C-SPAN or mainstream media and people are tuning in, why don't you ask something that you think that the public will have an absolute interest in and not some BS? Let's talk facts. Let's talk truth. To me, that's the bottom line. You don't have to declassify it all. Just enough. That's what I was saying earlier. Would one be enough? I don't think so. Because people are going to say, well, let's see one more. You obviously had one. You must have others. You have to declassify enough and in all areas. And you know, or maybe you don't, and I don't. I can't say that. Let's just say that there's a possibility that for decades, every time this may have occurred, allegedly, you know the military took photos, video, everything. It's out there. If it exists, it's out there somewhere. But remember, we live in the digital age. A lot of that may have been uploaded somewhere or destroyed. The trail is dead. But it existed, if it happened. A lot of ifs. So, I mean, could you imagine them going back to a 1948? Forget about 47. A 48 photo from Wright-Patterson of them unloading bodies and a craft sitting in a hangar? A photograph was taken. It was cataloged. Of course they cataloged it. They did written documents, type it up after. There's written notations, probably even video. How much World War II video do we see that was real and then colorized? A ton. That's World War II. So you're telling me they didn't make video of stuff like this that the government made themselves to keep for themselves to document stuff? Of course they did, if it happened. So it goes for decades. But they're not going to go there. Because then that would they would be admitting lying to the public for decades. They're not going to open up that Pandora's box, I'm telling you. They're going to say, going back to 2004, maybe not even TikTok. Going back since we started to look at this in more recent times, since 2017, 19, whatever. This is what we have. I don't think they're going to go back into the past too much. Because it would really create all kinds of issues. They've been lying to us. What else are they lying to us about? You know what I mean? You are opening a major hat. Down the rabbit hole we all go. It would be too much. So it's laughable when this first started coming out that the Air Force is just now starting to look into it. Are you kidding me? I don't know if I was drinking coffee or soda. I almost like gagged when I saw that. And I was like, did that person just say that? Oh no, the Air Force. I mean, the FAA, like, didn't know about stuff being tracked on radar for decades, and now the FAA's all of a sudden going to get involved? Are you kidding me? In the movie Close Encounters at the beginning, it's a scene in the movie. Would you like to report a UFO? Flight, whatever the flight number is. No. Even in the movie made in the 70s, they're referring to a pilot communicating with the tower, talking about something they seen, and he says no. So you know that probably has been going on for decades in itself, but no, the FAA's just recently got involved in it. Give me a break. Oh. Yeah, get John Burroughs in there. I mean, like you said, the Burroughs case is more intriguing than you can realize. It's incredible. It's really incredible. But I'm not going to get into that right now. Yeah, the Aurora. There's actually a warning for a geomagnetic storm that can do damage. It was actually visible very far south last night, but it was raining and cloudy like it is here now. Matter of fact, we need to check that, because I'm glad you brought that up, Julian, because it's bad. And I'm done ranting, because I can rant forever, and I got to work soon, which I got to get off soon, because I need to relax for at least a few. I got all worked up because it's just, it makes me crazy too. Like Marco said it, he's the one who got me started, because he's right. Where's the evidence? Where's the proof? It's the truth. Where is it? Anybody could say whatever they want on any of these shows or programs or TV or whatever on the news media outlets. Where's the proof? Severe geomagnetic storm now. I saw that this morning on my phone. The first of 6 CMEs hurled toward Earth by a giant sunspot just hit our planet's magnetic field. The impact on May 10th jolted magnetometers around the world and sparked a severe G4 class geomagnetic storm. This storm is underway now. More CMEs are following close behind, and their arrival could extend the storm into the weekend. Stay tuned. So this is bad. This is happening right now and can go into the weekend. Look at all the different pulses of energy coming off the sun. Multiples. So internet, satellites, it depends how bad it gets. It could even affect the grid. This is something, so if anyone's watching and has issues or something happens, I mean, without the conspiracy-laden stuff involved, this is not good. You can attach your own conspiracy. Oh, this isn't a geomagnetic storm. This is something else. You know, that kind of thing. They're just saying that we're having a severe geomagnetic storm because they're really going to do this. I know that people think about that stuff all the time. I do too. I'm not going to lie, but I don't go there because it's not based on any facts. It's just speculation and somebody coming up with something out of their head to put it out there in the ether. But this is something to watch. Julian, thank you for telling me. Yeah, there should be let's see. Let's see if there's anything going on. See, right now, this time of the year, it's bad to get any visuals in certain locations because it's bright. In Finland, Canada, a lot of the known Greenland, these locations aren't conducive because of the light. So somebody's suspicious observers is doing a stream on it. And I don't think. So yeah, there's already some people streaming about it. This is Canada. It's too early. See, if this was actually live, that's space videos. That's not NASA. You might see the aurora from the ISS. See, the sun is out here. That's Greenland. So that's not going to happen. There's some Van Halen over there for you, Marco. Let's see. That has the sun out. It has to be Finland. And I'm not seeing anything. When I do this, they usually pop up. And some of the music that I constantly play over and over and over and over again that drives everybody crazy like me. And a lot of them are suggestions. See, like this would have been nice, but it's too bright. But we need Finland. Greenland's not going to do it. Finland's ahead of us. Let me do it. I'll just search it. This could take forever. Or, I'm spelling it wrong. Aurora, Finland. It's going to be too bright. It's going to be too bright because of the sun's position. See? It's not a good time of year to be looking at auroras because of the light. The season usually ends by late April for a lot of locations because of that. Even Canada. So it's not that easy. Unless somebody has a stream. There's a link. Let me see. What did you put in there? What's up, Alice? Whatever you put in there does not work, Kathy. It's a dead link. The MSN link. You have to click on the... Don't click on the MSN itself. You got to click on the actual link within MSN. Then it works. You just can't click on the whole MSN. It'll do that. So yeah, even here... But the bottom line is, this is serious stuff. A severe geomagnetic storm going on right now. Now, Lorraine's in Canada. She should be looking up at night if it's clear tonight. She's in prime location. Lorraine, oh shit. Alice, if you have a clear night tonight, I highly, highly recommend you go outside tonight. For real. Because this is going to create such aurora activity. Oh my. Definitely, Alice. If it's clear, I don't know what your weather is like up there. Let me see. Windy. And I'm getting off soon because I got to work tonight. Without getting too specific of where Lorraine is. It looks like you have decent weather to the west. Let's look at the satellite. But there is a little moisture in the air. Oh, see? Somewhere in this area is Lorraine. Fuck, Alice. Somewhere in there. I'm not going to go specific. Let's see what the radar satellite imagery shows. Where it's moving. It's probably moving east. So if you're up in Canada, Well, maybe not. Oh, it's an onshore flow a little bit, but it's also diving down. You should have a decent night here in Canada. There's a system moving offshore here. It looks like there's another system in the center of the country here. But you should have a decent night out there in Canada. Just saying. I'm going to pick up something else to check. Let's look at Radar Omega. Because it shows where the low pressures are and everything else. It should, unless I took it off the map. .510. There's a low pressure there. There's nothing up. There's a high. There's a high up there. See, high, clockwise. So that's why I said you had that onshore flow from the river. But it's a high pressure, which is good. Where you are, Alice. Just saying. Go out tonight. Seriously. We're in the middle of a severe geomagnetic storm. The aurora activity up north will be insane. It should be. There's a low pressure. I knew there was a low pressure there. I said it. So yeah, that doesn't look bad for you. There's 24 alerts. What the hell's going on? Where are they? North Carolina, North Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. So a lot of the storms have moved toward the East Coast. And there they are. Let's check the radar. I hate when it does that. Oh, I got to change the resolution. Let me take myself off camera. So here are the storms. There's some nasty cells out there. So when you see something like this, what do you think in your mind? Cold air coming down from the north, pushing downward to the... What's up?
Tayback's on for it.
What?
Tayback, you know, remember the triangle that dropped something in the lake?
Yes.
Police officer that saw it?
Yes.
He says, I'll come on Thursday.
I haven't heard anything back from Kevin or Tony yet. But I'm sure I will. And Martin Willis is going to look into, I forgot what he told me. Somebody in Boston, a police officer in Boston that witnessed something as well.
Good.
So I'm still live. Call me. Keep me in the loop. I will keep you in the loop when I hear anything.
Question for you.
Okay, I'm live, so go ahead.
I just want to, does Martin's podcast, that there's somewhere I can listen to a podcast that we did of UAP Crossfire. Well, I want to get the podcast where you talk to Michael Herrera. Do you have
Just go to Spreaker and look up Podcast UFO and you'll find Martin's archive.
Gotcha. All right, thanks, pal.
All right, call me.
Yeah.
Bye. So you could see the direction these storms are going with the indicator line here. So they're moving more to the east, southeast, heading downward. But this is a line because this is a front. There's a low pressure, which means that there's probably a wraparound and colder air is pushing this into warmer air, creating these storms, just by looking at it. And I wouldn't doubt if it's this low up here that's causing it. So yeah, there's some nasty storms out there. DC, Baltimore, Maryland, Virginia, the Carolinas. And you got to see the pictures Marco sent me. And I'll let him talk about what happened there. Because I'm not going to put that out. But I will show you a couple of pictures he sent to me. I'm downloading them now. This was a couple of nights ago. And I'll share them on the screen. This is good. That's a scary sky. That last one makes me nervous. So yeah, if you live anywhere in this area down here and points north along the coast, watch out for some storms. That's basically it. As far as the weather itself, it doesn't, like I said, Canada looks pretty good. I'm going to have to go look at Windy one more time. Oh shit, I opened up my Red Dragon. Okay. And then I got to get off because I got to rest before I work tonight. There's a lot of shows. Let's go back to Windy. Let's look at the satellite imagery again. And this is really, this is more for the Canadian folks. Oh, there's definitely moisture in here. Probably not too good out west. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought. So yeah, to the west isn't bad. Central part, not so good because of this low up here. And the eastern portion of Canada is not bad. So you can definitely see some aurora activity up in Canada tonight in certain areas. Let me just check Churchill. Churchill doesn't look good. This is where one of the live feeds come from. Oh, forget it. It's right by the low. So here's the low pressure right here spinning. You could see it if we put it in rotation. I can identify it by looking at it. A lot of people can. Because you could see the circular motion counterclockwise. It's going to be right in here somewhere. You can tell by the way the clouds are wisping around it and being wrapped. It's not hard to see if you have the eye for it. See it? See the rotation? The low's like right there where my mouse is. Maybe even right here. So if this was to move to the east and north a little bit, but it looks like I'm moving really slow, it would clear out on the backside. But then there seems like there's another system coming in. So Churchill doesn't look good for tonight at all. Which means that camera's out. We would need a Canadian camera somewhere else. All right, let me just show you what happened with Marco in North Carolina along the coast. So these are some of the shots he took of the vivid lightning going on. And I'm going to tell you, when you see those dark skies like that, but if it's greenish black, major, major problem. This one is kind of scary looking right there with that dark sky. Look at that. Wow. And here's another shot. I am showing them. But I'm not going to say what happened. I'll leave that for you. Look at that. So yeah, that was what happened in his area. So the weather, it's been a really bad week of severe weather across the country, really. It's been pretty bad. Anyway, what's up, Ark, Petros, anybody else who's watching anywhere? So yeah, that's horrible. Marco, that's horrible what happened with these storms to a lot of people, and some unfortunately lost their lives in these tornadoes. Here it's chilly, nasty, drizzly, showery. We have not had any storms. Let me see. Coyote's Tavern. I never went to Coyote's Tavern. What is Coyote's Tavern? How was Coyote's Tavern? How the fuck do I know? I was never there. My car was being repaired near it. I didn't go there. Weird. That was bizarre. Coyote, I don't even know what that is. Coyote's Tavern. I know it's a place, like a club or something. Yeah, Bill, you're lying. I wish I was lying because I wouldn't be sitting here freaking working all the time. Wow, it's chilly. Tonight's going down to 41. Hourly. All right, what's the temp? It's 54 here right now. And there are showers everywhere. And let's see what the weather is. Here we go. 41 tonight with showers. Tomorrow mostly cloudy, 64. Rain again on Sunday. Nice on Monday. Showers Tuesday and Wednesday. Not bad Thursday and Friday. And then showers Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Which I don't believe because... Actually, it has showers on the extended next Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I swear it says that. Like for a whole week, it's showers. I don't believe it because I can't believe the weather 2 days out. As a person who studied weather, I know better than to go based on an extended forecast because it never works out. And you should never believe an extended forecast either. Sorry, but that's loosely based on models. No. And that's why when I see like hurricane forecasts and the cone changes, it's 10 days out. Hell no. No way. I gotta wait. Get a better idea based on the models. Models are just that, models. For example, this is what's going on right now. This is the euro. Let's go to the American. Okay, so they're almost identical because it's in real time, of course. So, looking at this map, let's just skip to Monday. There's a system offshore. There's a system way up in Canada. A lot of energy coming in from the Gulf. You have a low pressure here, which means they're going to have storms again in the midsection of the country right in here, near this low. You've got that warm Gulf air coming in. You got the westerly wind coming in from the low, where those can go to converge, can create a spin in the atmosphere, rotation, severe storms, possibly tornadoes. That's what you look for in a map. And this is probably going to be the rainmaker coming that they said for that following weekend. As it moves east, now the energy in the low is here. And it does look like there's more systems projected to be coming in. I'm skipping till next week because that's what I want to see. See, now it's not so bad, but chilly. Look at these temperatures. That's probably at night, 1 a.m. And there's another low up there. And that low is being it's moving very slow. That's probably why they forecasted that. It's not moving much, which keeps this area unsettled in New York. That's why they had the shower risk every day. The map isn't changing much. That low is not moving fast. That's the problem. And now you have another low here affecting the same parts of the country. It's almost like a replay. And this will eventually go east or northeast. And there it is. It went more to the north, but it still is moving east. So, of course, we're going to have that nasty weather up and down the coast. As far as a model is concerned, let's check Euro. Euro has it at a different place at a different time because they don't necessarily agree. But it's still overall the same. There's the low here. The timing is just different. Yeah, this is not a nice map. Look at all that moisture coming up. So yeah, that's how they forecast. They look at the models and then they come up with their forecasts. And those are two of the models that they use, the Euro and the American. And then they had their little computers work together to use the both of them. Some of them use them separate, but a lot of them, they merge the two of the models and make a one model out of it. So they go based on both to come to the middle. Some will strictly use the American model. They won't just strictly use the Euro. They might say, well, the Euro model is saying this is going to happen. The American is going to saying that it's going to track this way. They sometimes actually say it on these meteorologist news broadcasts, the local news. They might say it. Well, the American model is showing, but that's what it's based on. They're trying to go to Cat 6. Oh my God, yeah. That's crazy. That is crazy. You can't even get insurance in some places. Ask residents in Florida. It's insane. My cousin was telling me what's going on in Florida. She said it's out of control. It's so expensive with the insurance. And that's exactly what they want to do. They want to raise. But you got to remember, when these storms do so much damage, you think the insurance company can afford to take that bill? Especially as they become more frequent? It's a fucked up situation. And it's, to me, and it's only a matter of time that they become much bigger, stronger, and worse. Based on the meteorological aspect of it all. Rising temperatures in the ocean, especially the Atlantic. More frequency of possible development of storms coming in. You don't think the insurance companies know what's coming? They do. They have people that do their research. You think they want to foot the billions and billions of dollars in damage? Who's going to pay? The consumer's going to pay. Just the way it works. Is it fair? No. But they're not in the business to lose money. So they're going to definitely make it where the consumer pays more to cover their losses. I mean, from a logical perspective, that's the way they look at it, because they're looking at those areas as being very high risk, especially if you're along the coastal areas. You are severe high risk. And like I said, right now, the Atlantic is 4 degrees above normal for this time of year. Right now, already, 4 degrees above normal where the hurricanes cross the Atlantic. 4 degrees is a lot. It doesn't take many degrees to make a hurricane into a fucking huge hurricane. They feed off that warm water. So, it's not good. Now, we have to see how the weather pattern develops. Last year, they hyped it, and thank God we didn't get no crazy hurricanes. Not like the year before that. But I'm telling you, and I checked it a few days ago, the water temperatures in the Atlantic are off the scale. And it's right in the belt where the hurricanes develop. It is bad. I thought it might change from February, where there was all kinds of warnings. It hasn't changed. And that's bad news. I think I bookmarked it, but I'm just going to search it. It's not good news. Here, I think it's this one. And it changed a little. Thank God. The recent one has changed. Thank God. It's not as warm. That purple was up higher. It has retreated slightly to the south. So these aren't as warm. This purple was up right where they form, right in here. It's still there, but it was further north. Let's pray that that stays to the south and doesn't come back up to the north. Because the normal temperatures were way above. And you can see the averages of the temperatures. We don't want to see this. So right now, as it gets close to the Caribbean, it's in the purple. It was covering the whole way to Africa. But it's still warm here where it can develop. Now that purple is 86 degrees. So and it's still not even the hurricane season. So as these storms come off of Africa and hit this warm air, especially near as it comes more to the west, it's entering extremely warm water. And that is not good news in early May. It was worse a week ago. Like I said, this purple was higher to the north. Thank God it looks like it subsided a little bit. We have to keep an eye on this. But we're still months away. That's why I'm monitoring this. It's not good. So we have to keep an eye on that. See, we're on the Atlantic now. Which is good. Let's look at the Caribbean. Or Caribbean. That's bad. See, that's bad. That's what I said, the purples. That's extremely warm water right now. But see how it gets to the red and the lighter red in the Gulf? That's good for now. But it's early. See, the purples do leak into the Gulf a little bit. But the water's 75. But it's May. Now, what else can affect this? A heat wave. Like what happened last year in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. I was there. That's going to warm up the water. So we don't want a heat wave either that can be conducive to increasing the temperatures in the Gulf either. So there's a lot of different variables that go into play here. A storm could come in and cool those waters off because the storms take the water from the bottom and bring it up. The colder water from the bottom comes up to the surface. That's why if a hurricane sits too long in one spot, now it's going to bring up that colder water, shallow water, and it'll start to either maintain strength or even lose strength. If it's moving at a quicker clip, it is getting that warm surface water, the shallow water, and it's feeding it. So there's so many different variables when you're dealing with the hurricanes. And of course, wind currents, steering currents, the whole deal. But we have to monitor this. This is early May, mid-May. Let's see what this looks like 2 months from now. Or even 3 months into August. Especially the Atlantic. So I always keep an eye on it. But it's already warm. But thank God this has come down a little bit to the south. It's still in the purple when it gets close to the Caribbean. which is not good. But this purple was extending all the way to Africa last week or the week before, which is bad. We don't want this purple to go up to the north, because then they're going to develop fast and they're going to increase in intensity, and you're talking Cat 4s, Cat 5s. Possible. Coming in. May not hit here as a Cat 4 or 5. Those islands could get battered. If they had the capability of developing from Africa all the way to where it travels across to the west, those islands could be ravaged because of rapid intensification. So right now, that's a good sign. That's actually a good sign right there, but it's May. Let's look at this a month from now, which I will. I'll remind myself. Let's look at, remember this, because it's important. It is important. Just look up ocean temperatures. It's that it'll come up. This is seatemperature.org. Just go to sea temperature. You could access any of those oceans. See them? North, Baltic, Gulf, Mediterranean, all that. Keep an eye on this if you live in hurricane-prone areas, because this will tell you what kind of energy it has to work with. So, oh God, I'm getting messages like nuts. I gotta go. I gotta get ready for shows. It's after 5 already. Earl Grey. Oh my God, I gotta stop. I don't even want to look at it because I'm gonna get upset. Anyway, I'm sorry to be the bearer of somber possible news, but remember, there is a severe geomagnetic storm occurring right now and may go into the weekend, because they say there were multiple CMEs and the first one has impacted, but they said there were 6. So they said that on Space Weather, it said that this could go into the weekend. So if your internet or other things, just watch your news. If things get, if you start to lose access to things, I'll be doing a show tonight, my luck, and I lose the internet or something. Oh, I could just see it. I'm getting messages. It starts. Oh, I don't want to see it. Anyway, all you lovelies, Wanderer. I've been on for freaking a few hours, Wanderer. Kathy. So tonight, the bishop's going to be talking about the 2, I would say, more prominent exorcisms that were done based on movies. I mean, not based on movies. Movies were based on them. Annalise, what was her name? Annalise something, which is Emily Rose, the exorcism of Emily Rose. And also Roland, what was it, Roland Doe? Where the boy that the Exorcist movie was based on. It wasn't Reagan. It was actually a case in the 40s in the United States. I think Roland Poe or something like that. I'm the one who wrote up the damn description. Let me see. Yes. Anneliese Michel in Germany in the early 70s is the Emily Rose case. And Roland Doe, which they found out his real name, but I just put that. It was in the late 40s in the United States. And it inspired the movies The Exorcism of Emily Rose and The Exorcist. So that's at 7 tonight. That's what the bishop's going to be talking about. And at the same time, you got the police shows going on. Jason White and then Todd with Wiretap. Annie took off for the month to take care of personal business. So Rupert's filling in for her. There's a bunch of pre-recorded video shows tonight. I got 6 shows running at the same time in a 4-hour period. It's sick. Who's lost power? Who lost power? He lost power? Oh shit, your power grid is out? Wow, did you have storms, Genghis? I'll be back maybe after 11 tonight. Depends, because I'm pretty tired right now and I got a whole night to go. Oh. Sometimes I feel like Lurch. Oh. With the stuff that comes in, it's like, oh. Oh my God. Yes, we all hope that lightning strikes keep away from house and people. And pets. All that stuff. Anyway, love to all of you. Have a great day. Anybody who's watching, be well, be blessed, be safe. I got to get off because I got to rest before I work. I'm going to try to take an hour power nap before. I don't think it's going to happen. I had to talk so fast because I want to get off. Anyway.